Good
Hello,
evening,
hello,
good evening.
hello.
Hello. How you guys doing this evening? Like I'm still trying to figure out this thing here. I swear I
We
hate
back.
this. Yes, we're back. And we're here to talk about Housewife of Atlanta reunion part two. Girl, I wanted to say part three so bad. Because this is
I
like
know.
it is like
It
watching
was,
paint dry.
I like it was like watching paint dry.
Yes, honey. I'm like, oh my God. How much can I take? And I didn't even watch it the first rip. I ended up watching it. Well, I ended up recording it and then came back and watched it.
hmm
I got okay. So, what do you rate the episode?
I'm gonna rate this episode. I know I rated the first part like a 1, 3, somewhere up in there. I'm gonna rate this one probably, I guess, about a 6 or 7. And that's only because I feel like this is where we got to the meat and potatoes. Like, I don't really think part 3 is going to give us too much more. Um, at least for me, I found that I think Shamia kind of proved some of my views in this part. And so, yeah, so I'm going with about I'm gonna say a 6. I'm gonna go with a 6.
Okay, a 6. Girl, I'm way
Yeah.
down there. I give it maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It was
See,
probably
I just put up a poll on my community tab. Let me see what the people over on the community tab is saying, if anybody went and rated anything.
hmm,
So I did get one. It looks like they had a 7 to 10.
a 7 to 10. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh
Seven to
well, I'll be
ten.
there.
We
I
got
went.
Angela coming in as the MVP
Oh
for the
yeah,
season.
yeah, most definitely. I do agree with that.
She did really well up until Marcus Gate. I feel
Well,
like she let Drew get in her head about that one, which is probably why Drew left her hanging while she was trying to explain everything.
um, I don't know. I kind of almost feel like the whole Marcus Gate may be an overzealous fan.
hmm
I don't know if really Faith, but then Phaedra calling her brother didn't prove nothing to me either.
It didn't. It
Because
didn't.
I would have rolled for my brother called me. Yeah, I don't know that
Well,
bitch.
here's what I feel interested about Phaedra grabbing the phone to call her
Exactly.
brother. We
Yeah.
haven't seen Phaedra do that much to prove anything, even
Anything.
the
That's
stuff
right.
we know she was a part of. So
Hmm.
for you to kind of try to go through these extra hoops to prove you wasn't a part of something, just kind of like you say, fell flat. I'm okay with going along with what's most reasonable. I think it's most reasonable that it's easy, for everybody to fall on Phaedra, like, oh, she set it up, and especially because of how she left Housewives and, the whole dungeon gate and that. So, but the reality in a sense is kind of like, what would Phaedra have to gain? I do think somebody did, like, probably communicate with him. And I had a thought about it while I was watching the show. I should have wrote it down because I named one of the other girls probably like a Shamia. And that's only because Shamia came in with the alliance. And so what that kind of piqued my interest in was to say, like, okay, Shamia, like, you the one that seemed like you would be more inclined to do these extra things in as opposed to Phaedra coming in 3 weeks, don't know nobody. It just seemed off balance that she would come in trying to attack Angela.
But she did though.
I mean,
Shit.
I don't think. I mean, not with the like with her looks and stuff. I feel like that was kind of sticking along the lines of like fun shade. So
Yeah, but
having
then you know she talk
men
about her.
and do that, that's a little bit different, don't you think? That's got a different, like, nasty little tone to it. And I'm not saying that Phaedra might not be nasty, but I just don't see her. I don't know. It don't make sense that she would do that, go that far. And the
Well, it
story
definitely
just
don't make sense to me that Shamia would do
yeah,
that. Because what would Shamia have to
well,
gain
only
out of it?
because well, Shamia is the one that has a problem with Phaedra. Shamia is the one who's pretending she doesn't have a problem with Phaedra. We found that out today, in the episode. So yeah, I think when you off the at first glance, it might look like Shamia wouldn't, but then when you find out that she's still been holding on to the fact that Phaedra ain't apologized to her, you know, you would be the one that would frame Phaedra.
Um, I don't think so. I think that the reason, like she said, she's a people pleaser, and I feel like she's the kind of person that, in that regard, would not say nothing to you because I don't believe her and Portia was as close as they pretend to be. First of all, after listening to Carlos and I'm pretty sure she's the kind of okay. That's why she felt so comfortable talking to the other girls. I believe whoever her other friends are, she talk about Portia to them. And
For sure.
I don't think this Marcus thing would be just too far fetched to me for Shamia to do this and then try to blame it on Phaedra.
Well, she
That
came
would
in
be
building an alliance. That seemed a little far fetched because where did you get that from? Where did you get the idea that you needed to form an alliance? And why
because
would you
that's what
form
they
an
do.
well,
I don't think it
okay.
was an
I
alliance
don't
alliance. I don't believe everything she says. And I definitely don't believe everything Portia says, and I sure the fuck don't believe everything Britt says because you get
I
mad on Mad
agree.
Day. So I
I
think
mean, I agree, but that's why I think. Well, that's why I'm saying. Well, for me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go with what's most reasonable, right? You
uh,
right. Britt came and she spilled her guts out about Shamia showed me your text messages, like we discussed that. I said I don't believe she saw the text message. I don't believe Shamia showed it to her. I think
okay,
she saw it,
yes,
right, some
yeah,
type of way, but I don't
yeah,
think that however way she saw it was in the intent of Shamia saying, "Look, here, this is what she sent." You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But again, I could tell that she used the information so that Portia would know that it was true. You know what I mean? Like, cause like
Mm.
for me, like how I saw a post the other day and it said, if you know my business, then I know who told you.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of like that type of deal. You know what I mean? Like, so if
Mhm.
Portia knows she's not talking to these girls, but these girls able to come and tell her something she knows she only discussed with Shamia, it kind of the other stuff just make it true anyway because somehow you got the information, even if you snuck and got it. Like
Sure.
being over somebody's shoulder or whatever it is. That still means, which I said this about Shamia in the first place, which was I feel like Shamia did have the idea to put her friendship up um as the topic. Maybe now I don't know that Shamia is so calculating that she was doing it with some malicious intent. Maybe that was her way of giving Portia a storyline because what I feel like we've seen from Shamia is over performing and it's
Oh, definitely.
actually falling flat, falling flat, excuse me. Um so like this episode actually just validated the fact that I feel like Shamia has been the problem between her and Portia not being able to figure out their friendship. And part of it is because of the way you've done these little things. The alliance, first of all, and I'm using that in quotations because I think we're not used to hearing the word alliance where housewives are concerned. What we do know is that the housewives will link up, like you know,
Yeah,
Cynthia and Nene, Portia and Phaedra, whatever. They'll have their friends, and that's who they roll with. We see that different than an alliance. To me, when I think about an alliance now, I'm thinking about a strategic game in which you got to get somebody out.
yeah.
And so, with that being said, it doesn't make sense to me that Shamia would have a friend who is a friend of 20 years, whether they close or not, because a real friendship doesn't mean that you have to talk every day. Um, I'm friends with people, especially the ones I've been friends with for 20 years. We don't talk every day. We don't live in the same place. Um, you know what I mean? But when we get together, when we do talk, even if it's very sporadically for whatever reason that it's for, we get
Mhm.
back we get back to it. Like
Yeah,
nobody around would ever know, like, oh, y'all ain't talked in 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And so I'm saying that to say, with Carlos and I'm talking about, well, I heard that they wasn't so close and woo woo. Woo. I feel like we kind of letting reality and fodder kind of get mixed up. They absolutely had been close before they started filming because Portia was going all over the world. Shamia was sitting up with her, doing a lot of traveling.
Mm.
It's not like Portia got married and then we didn't see her with Shamia. We saw them together as Shamia, validated that they did trips and stuff together. So once Portia filed for the divorce, that changed her storyline. That shifted. That's why I said maybe Shamia thought she was doing a solid to participate in the friendship being a subject for the show. But like I said, when we first came and did our first live, I can't imagine that Portia and Shamia would have a conversation that doesn't include how they prepared to protect their friendship. And I
Uh-huh.
and I have to imagine that had to be talked about in some way. And I feel like maybe that's the alliance that Shamia is thinking she included Portia in on. But again, I don't know why you would need to align yourself with newbies when you got the girl who's the veteran, who's coming back. She the fan favorite. You already in. Why would why would you need to team up with the other girls for any reason? Why would Portia need to? These are all new people that nobody knows. That part doesn't make no sense to me unless you had a plan, unless you've been feeling how you feel. You thought that the public probably felt the same, and that once it became the discussion, that people would take your side. And I don't think it fell out that way because we watched it go down a whole nother way.
I don't know.
Do
I don't know. I know it was only
What you
evident.
think about? Do you want a friend like that? I feel like that. I feel like put yourself in that, and just in one of their shoes, right? Even if it is Shamia, but I really want to say put yourself in Portia's shoes
Well, I
because
feel
I'm
like Portia
saying
was a bad friend, so Shamia should have voiced it. To me, Shamia is let Portia
that
walk
still
all
makes
over
her
her.
a bad friend. I was just
Yeah.
talking to a girlfriend of mine a couple days ago, and she was talking to me about like how she communicates with her friends. And so she was kind of saying, like, well, it's certain stuff that she wouldn't necessarily say to her friend. And so I understand that, like, right, handle your friend with care. However, I'm thinking, like I said, but if there's something that you're thinking, right? Your friend come to you, she disclosed whatever it is, and you have a thought about it that you feel is different than what she want to hear. What's the use? Okay.
Go ahead, keep going. I'm
Oh,
answering
okay.
phone.
What's
Mhm.
the use of not saying how you really feel and withholding that information as a true friend to the person? That is a little bit phony. But that also is what create the secret animosity, the the feelings that's bubbling down, because you're not being honest about how you feel. I don't think that doesn't make a good friend. That's more of a phony friend, a fair weather friend. And yeah, so that still leaves Shamia as the problem. I understand, like I think we
I think Portia
all
the
understand,
problem too. I
you know,
think Portia's
in
the
this case,
problem
she's
because I think she is because she lied at
not.
the she lied at the thing, said that okay, if we're going back. So at the pamper thing, when she told her that she didn't go to the wedding because they weren't cool or whatever, then she told her, remember when we watched the episode, because she couldn't fly. So I just feel like if supposedly I'm besties with someone and we're on a show together, but then you call in Frack or Frick, whoever the hell Phaedra's supposed to be, like your bestie over there, I think I would have been said something like, "Hey, what's up?" And then when your friend, I can't help it, put these salacious rumors out about me, I think, and then you just kind of sit there and co-sign it. It just not really co-sign it, but not say nothing.
Hmm.
So, um, maybe, because me, as being the type of friend I am, I wouldn't even. I would have been like, "Fuck you." We wouldn't even have to talk no more, because if your friend feel that way, evidently you telling her some things or something that you feel comfortable enough to let this girl talk crazy about me, and we supposed to be quote unquote besties. So I
Hmm.
would, if
Hmm.
I was Shamia, I would have bounced back there in season 9 or whatever it was. We'd have been done. Forget it, whatever. So we ain't even got to go through all this long, stuff right there. We can be cordial when I see you, but I already know where you stand. So I feel like in that case, I already see Portia to me as a snake.
Hmm.
And the other girl, I don't know, maybe she's the lapdog or whatever, and still holding that grudge or however. Um, but I feel like Portia, okay, yeah, she was able to say whatever she wanted to say at the reunion. And Shamia couldn't voice whatever, however she wanted to voice whatever she was feeling. I just feel like she's the people pleaser. And for some reason, that she's the hangers on for Portia. I
She
don't
didn't
get
play
it.
her cards right. That's for sure. I agree. I agree with what took place in season 9. That Portia was not a good friend to Shamia in that season. I 1000% agree. And I do agree with you that if there was anything to have fallen out, it would seem like that would have been that time, because to fall out today in this time frame, for me it feels, it feels manipulative, like you gaslighting, again, because like I said, I'm a forgiving person. I feel like I don't want to go around hurting anybody, but I really think that it would be so hard for me to have a serious conversation about a time frame that I thought we had moved past. I think people pleasing probably is a problem of hers, because to your point, that's why she found herself in this position, because I feel like she's letting other people's opinions about her friendship um detain how she moves to that, in this season. as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to last season, or well, not last season, but let's say back in that season 9 when that took place, because of
Yeah.
course Shamia wasn't a full-time housewife, so there was no need to really, even though they did bring her out, we did see her and Portia talk, hash it out for whatever it's worth in as far as the public goes. But again, we never saw any more from her just because she wasn't a full-time housewife. The only assumption would be that they somehow worked it out because we continue to see Shamia show up with Portia, for Portia, have whichever way she want to put it. Now, Dustin
Mm-hmm.
had a point when he said that probably was the fracture, of course, because you moved on without having the real conversation. Now, maybe
Yeah.
that's the other thing that we
She
seeing
just,
with
I feel
Shamia.
like they swept it under the rug.
hmm But
She
that's
probably,
the whole, now you're
mhm.
dealing with the TV reality, like bizarro world type of deal. And maybe for one thing, that's what I mean. You was able to get past it then because you weren't a part of the cast. And so you really didn't have to, you could separate yourself from what the public thought, whatever. You know what I mean? And now you can't. So now I think you like, kind of like how Cynthia moved a little bit, where it felt like that season when Nene called Peter the bitch. And
Uh-huh.
then Cynthia kind of skated through the season with Nene, but then when we got back to the reunion, Cynthia was like feeling a way, Now, at least in Cynthia's part, at least it was that quick. And it wasn't
Uh-huh.
6, 7 years later. You know what I mean? It was 6, 7 months later. Like, okay, fast. But I do still feel like a part of her getting upset or being refreshed back upset was because the season had to air, and now you have to deal with all the public opinions.
Mm-hmm. Girl, I don't know what Facebook. I'm over here trying to share this post and I cannot. I mean, her live.
Mm.
It has got me over here struggling for some reason. My thing is locked. So I'm
Oh
like, what the
Lord.
heck is this all about? Girl, I swear technology be over here whooping my tail. So okay. But yeah, I think she, like you said, I believe she swept it under the rug, and she liked whenever people brought up those issues she commented on. I think had it been me, I definitely wouldn't have, because I know, we should know this. She should know the reality game. These bitches gonna bring this shit back up.
You would think that she should, but it seemed like she don't. I mean, she seemed to not play this well. I feel like that was a way for her to play it, and she could have gotten the public on her side. Has she went to Portia in the first place before every other person came to Portia? Like, for me, that was the downfall.
Because I don't think I would be cool. Okay, one thing I kind of disagreed with when Portia, don't know if it was on this episode or not, when Portia and Kelly had the conversation after Kelly had asked her why she's still that lady's husband or whatever. And she said, Shamia told me to ask you. Now, we saw the episode. I don't believe Shamia was trying to be rude, crude, or set Portia up. She said, you need to get to know her yourself. You should ask her. Why are you gonna ask me? I would have took it the same way. Don't ask me. You want to talk shit? Ask her.
But the crazy part, now see, what I'm gonna go back to in the reunion party is the fact that Shamia is trying to convince us that when the season started out, her, Britt, Kelly, and Portia had an alliance. So it's odd that you would send the girl who's in alliance with you to go attack the other girl who's in an alliance.
I don't think it was an attack. If somebody asked me a question about Brandi, I don't know. You ask her. because you're trying to be
Well,
smart
I do
about it.
agree with I agree with that, but I think at this well for me, Shamia probably was just saving face as far as you on camera because every other thing that those girls brought to Portia, that in my opinion, I'm not questioning if where they got it from. I think they got it from Shamia,
I mean,
but it
yeah, I'm
was
pretty
off
sure.
camera. So Shamia was doing nothing but saving face to tell that girl to go and ask Portia. I am inclined to think that you would have had, and it may not have sounded like where you agreeing that she sold a man, you know what I'm saying, the lady's husband. I'm not saying that, but this here we go. This is how you in the situation that you in. Who knows like what your opinion would have been, you know what I mean, to those girls about that had the camera not been there.
Hmm.
Because clearly what I feel like we
Well,
have
let them
learned
tell her she
from
helped her set
Sabrina
it up.
more than anything is that how you feel off camera is not how you feel on camera. That's what I feel like we learned from her. And the tears, honey, let me just get this out. The tears when they came to ask her about her baby girl, I can't take it.
I thought they was asking about she was talking about her marriage first, about being accused of being a whore basically, and then she went on to talk about that baby.
Either way, she started
Mhm.
crying when she
Yeah.
was she did the thing that I don't like, which is just kind of play into the. She talked about my family, and I really like I stand down for my family, and it was just like, girl, it's not even that serious. Like again, you being on the show, you coming with your baby being as sick as she is. I would have thought you would have prepared for some of even your castmates, not just the public, but for your castmates to come and ask you. Because again, I have a hard time being able to put the two together where you out singing these songs, having showcases, vacationing, and then you got this baby that require all of your time.
Well,
But we didn't see none of that.
mm, well, the baby shit, they rich, so
Well, act
uh,
like it. See, like that'd be the now I know you don't be watching Orange County, but that's the reason why the people be kind of getting down on Heather, because Heather makes no qualms about what money she got and the way she lived. If she when her kids were small enough to have nannies and she had this massive house, I don't even know how much square foot for
uh-huh.
this. But like that's it's the drawback because on one end, yeah, if you got all of this money, people gonna have something to say about how you are letting the nannies raise and all of that. However, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. Don't come trying to pull on the mother's heartstrings of the viewers that watch you when you know that their situation, even if they got someone a child with special needs, 9 times out of 10 is not even comparable to your situation. So I feel like when you are talking about it, I understand expressing the hard times and the grievances, but it looks like you're not having that hard of a time because your money kind of helps you with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So it don't add up with what you say. That's it go back to what I'm saying. Like it's what we really did learn from Shamia is whoever you are off this show, we still don't know. You had different feelings, you got a whole different life, it seemed like. Even we know you got money, that's about all we know.
Yeah. Um, I think that well, we know she does a whole lot of things. We know she sings. We know she be on the radio. We know she used to do whatever for the Atlanta, whatever basketball team or whatever. I just feel like I don't know. I like I said, if they were true friends, I hate to see a real relationship fall apart. And I hate to see where it's going when they start going about talking about the mamas here next episode. So I think that's
Well, let
I
me
hate to
tell
see
it.
it.
I said I don't know what the lady did that caused Portia to call it egregious, but I feel like Shamia did Portia wrong, and so
Girl, you
the
so
apple
pro
don't fall
Portia.
that.
Girl, please. Portia, so me and mama bought the dang on business that the lady had up for auction. So that was so egregious. I don't see where Shamia could have just did anything more than what Portia has done to her. I just don't. And then if I'm friends with you, I'm not bringing up whatever issue my mama and your mama got. I'm not bringing up that. I'm not throwing it. We on housewife shit. We gonna talk about housewife stuff. I'm not gonna even entertain talking about Miss whoever mama. If my mama not, and that's probably why they don't really get along with each other like that, anyways, because the mamas is into it.
Now that could be very true.
So I don't know, if that's the thing that they said that supposedly that Shamia mama bought the daycare business that Miss Diane had got foreclosed on. And she was upset about it. That's what it's supposed to be said. And I
Well,
said,
see,
well,
reason why I was saying I'm inclined to believe that whatever it is might have been egregious because it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. And so it would be different, let's just say, even though we don't know. And I guess maybe we'll find out next week when we get back because that's like you say how we left off. I'm just imagining because again, going with her wordplay, using egregious. If I had to think of that happening and me using that term egregious, in my opinion, that means she did it behind her back, some kind of way, which may have meant I talked to you this morning and you didn't tell me you was going to buy my building. Business is business, and like you're building up for sale. Anybody is able to buy it, but it do seem a little sneaky if I didn't talk to you this morning or the day before or whatever, and you don't mention it. Again, that's the only reason why I would use the word egregious if somebody, you know what I mean, in a case like that. And I'm saying I'm inclined to believe that maybe it happened that way because that seemed to be the way Shamia moved.
and Portia.
The only thing I'll
I
say
think
about
time to say Portia's not a good friend. She's not. Nene said it.
well, Nene ain't the best friend either.
She called it years ago. So Portia's not a good
Wait.
friend.
And I feel
If
like
it don't
what we
got shit to do with, got. Go ahead. What you say?
well, I was gonna say I feel like what we should learn is, which is why this probably does suck so bad for them, is and why they should have protected whatever friendship they had so much more, is that friendships don't really last on Housewives,
Yeah.
especially the friendships that are only put together because of the Housewives. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like usually
Mhm.
the friendships that last be the true blue friendships.
Yeah.
And again, it has to be some sort of protection. But I can't think of a housewife franchise that had like a dynamic duo, let's say, use that phrase. And after a decade, they still going strong. Lisa
Mhm.
Vanderpump and Kyle Dunn, whoever Vicky was friends with, her and Gina started off, then her and Tamara, then her, Tamara, and Shannon. Now they all disintegrated. It's everybody. So that's
Uh-huh.
why I'm saying they really, and this is something that not just that they know because you've been a part of it, but you have yeah, you've been a part of it. So I don't know why they. That's why I'm really putting a lot of that on Shamia. I think that Portia was blindsided. Now, not to say again, just because Portia did it in season 9, I don't know that it's okay that Shamia moved the way she did in this year. That's kind of where I'm coming from, because I don't disagree that Shamia should have the feelings that she do. I
I
don't disagree about that. I do understand why she feel how she do.
I from what we see or whatever, I kind of feel like it's a lot more to it. So
Mhm.
probably what
Mhm.
we saw in season 9 is probably always kind of been the dynamic of their friendship, where
Mhm. Mhm.
Portia, you always got whoever has the stronger personality and the person who does not. So the person with the
Yeah,
stronger personality, they're gonna, just bully their way through
kind of
everything.
bulldoze.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and whereas, you know, to me, now I like Miss Portia, but I wouldn't want Portia to be my friend. We can be hangout girls and go have fun, but I don't think Portia, if it just seems like if it's not really pertaining to her, um, whatever. That's how I just kind of take
Only
it.
thing I'm gonna say, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna say we could possibly be friends. The reason why I'm gonna say we could possibly be friends is just in the public arena. I haven't seen her. Well, see, I'm thinking when I'm saying I haven't seen her throw her under the bus, I'm only talking about this season. I'm not necessarily talking about season 9. Because again, for me, season 9 is over and done with.
Yeah,
It,
but
you know,
it's easy for us
but
to
it
say that.
doesn't. Well, I think it's
I'm just
easy
thinking
for them to
is
say that too.
yeah, but I'm
Because
thinking
if I talk to my friend, and if you tell me as that's why I'm saying, that's why I said I feel like Portia was blindsided, because that would hurt me so bad that I thought I worked something out with my friend, and then somebody else could come and drum some other these feelings back up again. That just would, and then you would talk about it with these other people before you even came to talk to me. Because even if you had this conversation with the newbies, and like now you realize, like, oh my god, like maybe I'm not really over this, you know what I'm saying? Again, the next phone call seemed like it should have been your friend Portia, your real friend.
uh-huh.
If you cared anything about saving the marriage, I mean the
Well, it's like a marriage.
it
It is.
is.
It really
But yeah,
is.
if you can't think about say, and so now that might be the most important thing, which is why I'm saying I do feel like Shamia put their friendship up on the chopping block. Because maybe she decided that she wanted that, like that was the easiest way for her to have an opportunity to get stuff out. Like, let's think about when they went to sit down this season at the lunch or whatever they did, right?
Uh-huh.
And even at that talk, Shamia was being expressive, right? Like, oh, when you cut me off and do these things, again, that sounds like conversation you didn't have with somebody else. It does. But again, all valid, because those things do mean something. Like, so I think that, like for myself, as an example, again, I talk too much. So I might have the habit of cutting people off by accident, right? But there is a way that you cut people off, and it's a dismissive cutoff
Yes.
where you know what I mean? You done cut them
Uh-huh.
off, and you just say what you're saying because you done dismissed everything, whatever this person was trying to say. But again, it seemed like that was something that somebody else, her and
But you
somebody
don't
else
think
was
that
talking.
Portia may or don't come off as dismissive?
I think she could, like she did at that dinner. She did that then, because what she did the sigh, and so what she say? Oh, am I boring you? You
Mm-hmm.
know. um, which the side was a dismiss, like that was
Yeah,
dismissive because the lady was expressing her feelings. And you know, did this thing like you
come
exhausted,
on.
you know.
Yeah. Girl, really? That's why I
Yeah,
took it like,
you know,
really?
right. You know, so I'm trying not to like just diminish how Shamia feels, but more so just focus on the way that she handled it and the actions that she took. That's the problem I have. That's what make her wayward. It go back to the best friend to everybody is a friend to none. Because what it says is that you sit around and have conversation willy nilly.
Yeah, because
We saw the moments where Portia and like how you said, she said, "Oh, you got to go talk to Portia." We saw the moments where Shamia took the opportunity to show herself taking up for Portia in
mm-hmm.
a way that we didn't see Portia take up for her, right? When like in season 9, which again, it's a scheme. It's a scheme that Ty set up, honey. Because that's what I'm saying. Portia, I mean, Shamia really thought, and she could have did it had she let it play properly and not. I feel like she started to try to orchestrate the
Yeah,
crying on the bus. She walked right past her friend and went and cried to everybody else about something that only your good girlfriend on that bus even knew or could understand because she already knew what happened. You who wants to go through a whole explanation about that?
what's going on? And I got to tell
Right.
everybody about this man beating me up.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, because I thought she was crying about that baby. I didn't know what the hell she was crying about.
We didn't see well, the only time we see her barely cry is when somebody asks her.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I know Britt ain't there, and I know Britt is the worst housewife, but she was right when she told her you did all that crying and then you got on the plane and went to such and such and party. Like she was right to call it out because that's what we all looking at.
Mm-hmm.
But because you know that you probably have a lot of moms that watch Housewives, that's what I mean. You gonna tug on heartstrings of moms, and that's not cool. That's not cool. I feel you know, I my heart goes out to her dealing with her special needs daughter, but I'm also saying I don't want your violin because I don't see your life the way I would see another person. Like I know some, you know, a few people like, yeah, your life's not the same.
Mm-hmm. No, her life is very different.
And it would be nice for you to sit in that as opposed to because it is what it is. What's the problem with you sitting in it? You got it, flaunt it. Go ahead. You know.
I think
Oh, and that
that
was the other thing. When she pulled out the, you know, well, y'all know I already told y'all Drew had got that purse from Amazon because I had seen it on Amazon. But
but it's
it,
real.
it is
Did you hear
real.
me?
The lady came on, the
Yes.
people came on and validated Drew. But here I go
Yes.
for Drew. How long you been holding on to? Well, since April 24th of 24 to be exact is how long she had the thing because she posted her own receipt.
Yeah, she
But I
posted her
just thought
receipt.
it was funny because for like that's over a year old. You posted it the morning after. Like Drew, you know you low budget the same way we all know you low budget. That's why you held on to that shit so you could be able to post it. Her ass was wearing fake fashion. I do believe it, and she know it.
Oh, girl. Because who?
And listen, she ain't the only one. So I'm kind of like, just take it.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of rich people buy fake stuff.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't the only
Mhm.
one.
Sure, and but yeah, I thought that was funny too that she still had a receipt because I ain't got receipt for shit. I mean,
Right, look,
maybe
and the Raven posted 12 hours after the shit aired. Like, yeah, you was waiting on that shit.
girl, when you got that receipt at, girl, I
That
would have been
girl
tearing my house
posted
up
up
looking
on
for it.
draft.
Girl, the only receipts I got is like, stuff that I done like on my house. So like
I just went online because I could go back to the online account and go to the
mhm.
order. You know what I'm saying, and pull up the
Yes.
order. But other like a paper, like which clearly that's the type of receipt she had. Something was shipped to her. But again, if
Mhm.
something was shipped to me, I don't have that piece of paper. I got the piece of paper that is in my email or in the account.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, but honey, she had that ready to go.
Yes, she did.
And I told y'all she had got it from Amazon. I was wrong. It was Akira. No, or it was real. It was real. She got her a $6,000 purse that she went carrying.
Girl, and that's such an ugly purse.
I didn't
I
think
I
it was
would
ugly, but six
I
thousand
didn't to me
dollars.
six
I'll be
thousand
on
was
Amazon.
very ugly. It looked like I don't know, her dress looked like Phaedra's outfit. It just looked like a costume. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
if somebody walked past me in that purse, I wouldn't have thought two things about it. I'd have thought they got it
I
clearance or
thought that it
something.
was cute, but I sure if
It
one
looked
as
like a
soon as
little
turned around and told me it was $6,000, I would have been on Amazon trying to find the best next thing. Because I like I said, I think it's cute. And the martini, I'm actually
it looks
looking
like a
forward
little
to
girl purse.
posting. Yeah,
It
and I
looks like
feel like
something
it
my
is a
grandbaby would
girly
carry.
thing. Yeah,
Like
because I think I got one on my Amazon storefront.
uh
Um, as an option to wear with, like to get or whatever. I'm thinking
girl.
about getting one to my son's wedding.
Girl, it looks like a little girl's purse to me. So it looked like honestly, I
It's
would
a
have thought,
martini glass. It can't be a little girl purse. It's a martini
well, it's a
glass.
girl. I didn't care. It just looked girly to me. What
It
grown woman
is.
is
It's the
this?
rhinestones and the pink and the yeah. That's why I love it. It's so cute.
No, that's
But for
I
six
just thought,
thousand dollars,
oh,
trying to keep it.
girl, $6,000 would never catch me in that purse, honey. What did Claudia say? Can you get it off of Sheen? She said
That's
that's
what
the
I'm
only
saying.
way she would know about it.
That's what I'm saying. You heard me tell you about Amazon. Now I don't know about Sheen, but I know it's on Amazon. Might
I
be
had
by way through.
I said I had never even heard of the purse, and when I saw it, I did. You were watching the show, so they put that up there about how much the purse costs. And I go, so my question is, they don't do that to everybody about the things that they carry, do they?
They just did it to Drew because Drew kind of got the low budget thing going. She came on with the barely had the $1,000 gift. She recycled the wig. Then when she came back the next season, she called herself with a business that she was actually just the ambassador of. And so yeah, I mean, listen, and just as housewives like fans, we know that
Mhm.
she wasn't getting paid. She didn't
Yeah,
have no music out. I mean, like the no, whatever her finances were or are, I'm sure that they higher than mine. I'm still just saying that she wasn't really at the level of the girl she was hanging with.
no, she was not.
And we all knew that, and that's why they keep messing with her. And like I say, they probably have already clocked her with something fake.
Oh, well,
That's
because
that's more so what I'm thinking than anything is that somebody's already clocked her with something that is not authentic, and that's why they came about that person not being authentic. And Shamia, the one which that was a negative, I didn't like that from her either
no, I
because
didn't like it
why?
either.
Yeah, you look messy, and it's so much other stuff you really could have came with than to
Yeah,
come and pull. So it felt like from Shamia that you were saying you don't even have the $6,000. You know what I mean? Purse
yeah,
you got because she bought her own, and so you just knew that this girl couldn't have it. That's hater vibes.
Wait a
That's
minute, you said what now? It's
basically it was like if I don't have the real version and I have the knockoff, there's no way you could have it, Drew. You know what I mean? So that's why that was her purse. That's why she said this is the one that she has. So because Shamia did respond to Drew when she posted the receipt, and she said something, which I guess that's why the company or whatever came on and validated for her. But Shamia came back and was like it's okay, like you see, I got the knockoff too, or something like that, you know. So that's
hmm.
how she was validating that was hers.
And the person said, I take it. Well, I guess because that person, that's not me, but I felt like she was, yeah, basically trying to call us Drew poor. That's how I felt that.
It
I was like, that
was,
was like,
it was, and
because
you
I
look
wouldn't even
and you
picked with
look
her.
a mess. Yeah, you look a mess because again, like I feel like that's the running theme with Drew, but you look crazy for being the one doing it. Like we all
Yeah,
know, Shamir could have left Drew purse, could have left out Drew's
alone.
purse. Not cool.
Yeah.
No, it
So
wasn't cool. That was a ugly. That it validated what I've been saying about Shamia. That was an ugly little trait.
I felt like it was definitely low hanging fruit to come at her about that purse, and you could have. I don't even know. I guess her beef with Drew is all because she was trying to take up for Portia, or because Portia was into it with Drew. Is that why she wanted to gang up on Drew in the first place?
That's what it looked like to me. But that's what I'm saying. That's Shamia. Now you on the back end having all of these conversations about your friendship with Portia, about how you feel. But then when you get in front of the cameras, here you are, trying to be the. Uh, uh, I hate to say it now because I have spent all season not referring to her as a lapdog, but at this point, that's exactly what it is. You seem to look like.
Well, most definitely.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of. I mean, that's why I started to say, at first we were all excited about her and her lifestyle, but it just seemed like she was so under Portia's wing, trying to show, and instead of trying to be her own person, I felt like she was still kind of running up behind Portia, but then voicing her grievance to everybody. I just wouldn't have played the game that way. But I'm not nobody's lapdog either. So I'd have been
That's
talking about
right.
your ass in your face. So
Hey, Miss Logan. Cousins crew in the building. Hey.
I definitely would have done that. So here we starting off with hello. We are starting off with them talking with, who was it? Phaedra and Angela. And I'm gonna play just a tidbit of it so that we won't get in no kind of trouble. So
Okay.
I was seeing if I could try to like speed it up to the point I want to. No, I can't even find where the hell I'm at. I'm telling you, girl. Here we go. Let's see if I can speed it up or something.
Angela, why were you certain that it was Phaedra that sent this man to the group?
Phaedra is wanting to secure her spot.
Okay, so
Let's talk about that. Did Phaedra need to
exactly.
secure her spot?
No,
I didn't think she did either.
not at
I
all.
felt the fact that she was there should have let you know that she didn't need to secure her spot.
No, yeah. Phaedra says she got a contract, honey. It's good this year and next year. Now I don't know if
Now
it's good
we
the year after.
well, listen, I feel like the fact that they asked her back
Yeah.
is enough. I don't know that they're, and then she came back as a peach holder.
My question is, I wonder how that conversation went. Because for them, I don't know. I mean, she did give us a little wit and whatever, but what she was doing over on Married in Medicine. I wonder why they thought that they needed her on this. I mean, well, I guess we kind of did, but
Well, listen, I was gonna say I could tell the difference. I like when Phaedra got back over on Housewives. What we say on that first episode, I say, hey, I laughed a little. Like
oh yeah, I did laugh.
I laughed a lot more than I did when she was over there with Married to Medicine. She didn't. I mean, I don't know why she was over there at Married to Medicine, but maybe that was them trying her out because they had her over, making the appearance on Dubai first. I don't know. You
Yeah,
never
I
know
was
the
just
game
wondering.
you play.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, what did she do over there that made them just say, "Oh, we need Phaedra"? Because she
I
just
feel
wasn't
now. I
giving.
do think that maybe it just was a matter of the chips falling. You know what I mean, and the door and the opportunity kind of becoming open. Because I'm not sure if Phaedra would have been there had the Brit and Kenya stuff not went down like that.
Oh, true. Yeah, so I was just wondering, like, how that conversation came along. But
So
somebody
they
said,
might have just offered. Maybe they just asked, like, "Hey, what you think about coming over to here?" You say, "I like Faye Faye. Why she gets so much hate?" It's really just because
yeah,
she don't own up to her wrongdoing.
that's right.
But that's it. And that's why I say she was excellent on Traders. Like excellent. Nothing of what I would say about her on Housewives would I ever have to say about her on Traders. For
Yeah.
real. Yeah, none of it even matter when it comes to that game. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
She can be a
Yeah.
liar. That's you need to be a good liar on that show.
But they say
Faith
Phaedra has poor character. I believe she set this up. I think she did too. I
set
really
what up?
did.
You mean Angela and her husband and Marcus, the Marcus case?
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
it's got
know. That fell flat for me. You listen.
it fell
I
flat,
thought
but
about my own self. If somebody come to me and you done pull like you can't the 6 degrees of separation coming off my Facebook account, that is like, yeah, that ain't even a great way. That's not a great way to associate me with somebody. I would agree with that.
well,
People
true.
can follow you now without you accepting them. I accept people who I like. I can't remember them, even if I did go to high school with them. I'd be like, I guess so. Sometimes accept people just because they got so many mutual friends with me. I'm like, well, I guess I must know you. You know.
Yeah, we from the same area.
Right, yeah, you got the 52, 72, 93, mutual friends. Well, I guess you know me.
Yeah, we went
Even if I don't know you, you know me.
to- it's funny too because I never forget a girl had spoke to me once and they like, "How you doing, Angela?" And I looked at them and I'm like, "Okay."
See,
And
and
they
that
go,
I
"You
was
know,
gonna say that happens to me a lot because I meet well, especially just the amount of years. First of all, let's go there. And then what you do, you meet so many people, see so many faces. Honey, you come talking to me about we went to high school together. I'ma just take your word for it. I'm not even gonna go and validate it.
well, I'm pretty good at faces. I might not be too good at your name, but how it was
20
this
years
girl?
later.
Oh yeah, my memory is very good. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
really,
Well,
really
good
good.
girl. Because,
I'm one
honey,
of them
20
people
years,
who would
unless
come up
you
to
look
you.
very much the same, if you look different, I ain't gonna know. Like,
I'm the girl who would come up to you, be like, "Hi, Brandi. We was in first grade together."
girl, and I'll be like, oh, okay.
That's me. I'm for real. I remember like that. I don't know. It's bad. But this girl, she remembered me from school. But the thing about it was, she was like 3 grades below me. I'm like, oh, so you know how it
That's
is when
what
you're a
I'm
senior.
saying. Yeah, if you like 3 years under me, I'm probably not gonna
Not gonna know
remember,
you.
unless you had like a sibling of somebody who I was
Exactly.
hanging with, you know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
just to kind of be like, oh, we went to the same high school. I'm not gonna know. Uh-uh. No, yeah, I'm like again, I'm gonna just take your word for it. So I just felt like that fell flat, and it felt like it was low hanging fruit. And I felt like Angela probably should have let it go. But I thought that Drew probably had been pumping her up and then left her out hanging to dry. Because that felt like a storyline with the prophet written all over it. Like,
But it seems like she would have known better than to listen to Drew. I mean, because she didn't, you know, she gave a different type of housewife than Drew. So I wouldn't expect her to take any pointers from Drew.
but her and Drew got really close. I feel like they felt like they formed a bond. Like she didn't treat Drew
And the
like Drew was
ninth,
a liar. Hmm.
no, she didn't treat her like she was a liar. She was her bulldog.
Yeah, exactly. So she was, yeah. So I feel like she would listen to Drew. And from her explanation, it sounded like she did. Because that's exactly what Drew sounded like when she was trying to get us to listen to that tape. Like, tell me that this not deja vu. We just talking
Girl,
about a whole other subject. I feel like I've been here before.
and she didn't even look. She didn't even have the tape queued up. Oh my goodness, she had that old tape recorder. It's like, where you find that
What
at?
did you say? Where did you even find this?
I didn't know they still
I
made
feel
cassettes.
like, what did you find a cassette tape?
Oh my goodness, I didn't know they still made those things.
That's what
Oh,
I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
you
so
ordered
yeah.
it off of Amazon specifically for that damn party.
So yeah, her receipts on that to me was not giving. So um I would have I if she would have had better receipts or whatever. So then she goes on to say to Portia, you so want to believe her on everything, but how can you believe her and how she left you hanging with the other house, setting up another housewife for
Now I was right on the money with her for that one because I think I said that on our last review last week. I said, that really did trip me out to watch Portia sit up and look to Phaedra to verify truth, give a truth.
Girl, she was
I don't know.
I
I
thought
don't know
that
how
too.
that happened.
I guess she was letting her talk about all legal stuff, honey. So whatever legal
Again,
thing.
I don't know how you went to look to Phaedra to be like, is that true? Like, excuse me, that
Yes. So then after that, we have Phaedra already called her brother, and the brother, co-signed with the sister. And then Angela just basically say, yeah, y'all the same person, so y'all both gonna lie. And Andy said, well, it's enough of that. We ain't gonna never find out. And he kind of went around and asked everybody what do they think, and nobody really knows who did it.
Well, what I said, I don't know why I didn't. Well, I guess it's a television show. They're not gonna throw her under the bus. But I told you this earlier. I just thought it was odd that Phaedra went to the length to call her brother, to dispel that rumor, and we didn't see her spend any time dispelling anything else. That's all I'm gonna say
Okay,
about
so
that.
you think because she went that far, or only because they brought her brother in it, is the reason why she called, or you think she did that because she's
It
really
might be
innocent?
because they brought her brother in it. Or it could be that, yeah, she noticed she really didn't do it. But more so, I would be inclined to, because I'll put myself in that position. If I was on the television show and if somebody just, ended up calling, you know what I'm saying, pulling, some family member of mine into something, I think I would do the same if I could. But again, it looked funny coming from Phaedra because this is the only thing you went that far to defend.
Uh-huh. I don't know. Girl, I don't know. But
Everything else
Phaedra,
you
there's no
said,
telling.
Yeah, she kind of leaves it up for,
Mm,
for the TV land, like as if uh was it orchestrated? Was it not? You know what I'm saying? Like you just kind of leaving it there. And I mean, listen, maybe that's the way TV land works.
maybe so.
If
And
everybody had the answer, why would you go back and watch the old stuff? Somebody making money off of it. It might not be the Housewives, but NBC is.
definitely.
Hmm.
Well, so then what do we think about what was in the next thing after so no one says it who they think had done it, and they kind of agreed that it would be kind of nuts. Well, Cynthia said if she set it up herself, and Portia and Phaedra both say they don't believe Angela had something to do with it. So then, they're trying to figure out. Then they say, oh, well, um, what is her name? Kelly. She had the list of things. I think the reason why she thought Phaedra had something to really do with it, because Phaedra said where the man worked at. Now, how Phaedra know where he worked at?
Now that I don't know. Now she did say Phaedra gave her whatever information, so I don't know.
Plus, when she
Yeah,
also,
it felt like Angela just was grasping at straws, though. You know what I mean? Like, you got a little something, but you are
now
no
if you
slouch.
call me and tell me the man name and tell me where he worked at, now how you get all that? She said the man introduced himself, but how would Phaedra know where he works at if she don't know him?
Mm-hmm.
What they say here?
They said Marcus told them all that at the table. Oh,
He
that's what
did.
they said. Okay, binge worthy said that. That's what Miss Dogan said. Okay, because I'm like, like
I
I
don't
ain't
know
got no
either.
answer
I don't
to
know.
that.
So she
Because
must have been
again,
really
I feel
paying.
like
She must
that's
have been
how
taking notes then.
separation in a sense. It's kind of like the same way you went and put the Facebook, you know what I'm saying, together. I think you could almost a person could find out where I work at if they wanted to. It's somewhere, I'm sure.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying from the. I guess she said that Phaedra had called her and gave her those information, and
That's
that's
what
how
I'm
she
saying.
knew.
Though. Just because Phaedra did
You
call
think?
her and tell her that didn't mean
Yeah,
that Phaedra didn't go get that information the same way she got the put the Facebook, you know what I'm saying, stuff together.
I don't think
It could be
Phaedra would have did all that.
I don't think so either. I'm just
That'd been too much work for me. Girl, whatever. This is here. I'm gonna give you this little bit. So the whole thing about her being the godfather of Atlanta, I thought was funny.
oh, he say he was there, binge worthy. So binge worthy had gotten like some type of rights or something. Because didn't
Yeah, because
binge
I see them.
worthy do the didn't he do the interviews while they did their cast photos and stuff? Like I think he had some type of exclusive. So he was at Brit stuff.
And then
And
her.
yeah, and then hers. So listen, we're gonna go ahead with what binge worthy said.
Okay, he said it
And
at the
Mark
table.
told him.
Because, honey, I missed that whole thing. So, but I just feel like, I don't know. That was all, it came out of nowhere, and I thought it was stupid. And I don't like when they play with other people's marriages on these shows. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's stupid,
Mm-hmm. I
And
agree.
so what do you think about Angela calling out Kelly
About what she said about her
about her marriage?
marriage. I feel like it was par for the course in a sense. I don't know that Kelly meant a whole lot by it. I think it's kind of the same thing I had said about Angela in the towards the season, or was about I don't know if she is so secure in where her and Charles are today Why does she have this need to dispel certain things? I feel like a part of being able to be on reality TV and do it well is that you have to have some form of not give a fuck when it comes to the public. Um, you just really do, and that's because you the one living your real life, not anybody else. Like even
Yeah.
us commenting. But when she doing these things, it makes it look like that there's something happening you're not telling us, and all that really does is just egg on
Yeah.
people giving you more, like to try to question and find out. So with that being said, it could have been any fucking body when it's all said and done, because what we can see from Angela in this case is that it don't take much.
Yeah, they know he's her Achilles heel, so
Yeah, right. Yeah, it don't
so,
take much.
yeah, so but then when Kelly was like, I didn't say that. I was like, I
And
think
then
he
they
was
say,
drinking a little bit
shout out
much,
to
you
the
don't remember.
producers for running the clip back. Now that's one thing we're gonna give them producers some credit
Yeah,
for, baby. If it's on tape, they're gonna run it back.
yeah.
And what they do,
Uh-huh.
ran it right on back, honey.
They
Like,
showed
yes, you
up
did.
dead. So okay, I'm gonna put something over. Oh no, that's not what I'm trying to do. Girl, excuse me. I'm trying to use something so I can play it.
Overlay.
Yeah, I'm in the wrong thing. Well, we'll find something to throw on here. Somebody picture shit. Girl, I still got all my married to medicine shit up here. And we're gonna just put Portia up here since she was the MVP of the reunion so far. So here, let's go on over here and finish playing it. Oh shoot, girl.
I have to secure my spot because, baby, I got a guaranteed contract.
I kind of think it was secure.
No, I don't. And Portia, what I found alarming about you is you are so eager to believe she's telling the truth when she allowed you to carry a lie on another cast member. And so after everything you've been through with her, you
Right.
said that you
Okay.
think I set
I'll
that
tell
up.
you. I'll tell you.
Why would you say that?
When I said that, everybody's thinking this whole thing is so silly. Nothing about the guy and what he was saying looked real. The Junior, the G-Bo, whoever he said. Junebug.
Junebug was to protect his sister.
His name is Junebug.
Who is Junebug?
Junebug. That's the happiest name if I ever heard one.
But the issue was real,
Okay,
and the person is real.
But he's lying in between trying
Where's
to make
the
it be
lie?
true.
That he doesn't know Phaedra?
He doesn't know me.
But he knows your brother, and he
Just
knows your
because-
sister.
Just because someone knows
But
my
he doesn't
brother
know
or sister,
anybody else.
I don't know everybody my brother knows.
I think it would be kind of bogus for Angela to set something like this up about her own marriage.
Okay.
I don't believe that you set up on yourself, right? What I'm saying was when it came to Phaedra, it just did not make sense.
What do you think Phaedra's motivation was?
She's a self-producer. See, you like to move
Girl.
around the narrative, just
Girl.
like you know Charles, right?
Girl, I said I have hung out with Charles on
You
numerous
have?
occasions.
You know him?
Back 10 years ago.
You know him. You met him before.
I have met Charles before.
You don't know my husband. He
Okay,
does not
no one
know
knows
you.
your
Everything
husband.
you said
Okay.
about me is a lie.
Okay, what do you think about that?
I think that Phaedra is using the word no very
Loosely.
yeah. I feel like Phaedra is not necessarily lying when she's depicting herself as knowing Charles. But I think that's like she's been in, because she is a lawyer, had been, is, whatever that is. So you can only assume that she's been in different spaces with all sorts of celebrities. At some point, one or another, before she became a housewife. And while she was a housewife. So I just think she's using the word no uh very sporadically. And I also think that she's not being clear when it comes, because again, it's still kind of trying to egg at Angela about the fact of, oh, Charles is married. Nobody knew he was married. Well, nobody knew he was married because he got married to her when he was ending his career. You know what I mean? Which,
Exactly.
you know, like, yeah, at that point, nobody's checking for you
Yeah,
and what you're doing
we don't
and
care.
who you with, you know, right?
Yeah, because do
So,
we know who Michael Jordan is married to? Some white girl.
not today. Besides, well,
No,
not Juanita Jordan.
exactly. He married the girl that was on Wrong Turn.
What? I
The dark haired girl. She was on a couple different movies.
had no idea. I was today
Yeah.
years old, honey. I would have thought that the lady was some person who I had never even heard of.
No, look, short, look, they've been together for a long time too.
I knew it.
Little short, white girl with the darker kind of hair, kind of
I'm
brunette.
gonna have to Google, honey. So is this his third wife? But in either way, like him, yes. How the hell we don't know who he is married to and who he's attached to? Because it's been 20 some odd years, like, and who cares now?
Yeah,
So I feel like she just really could have been more transparent about that, to say, hey, when it was before, but you still kind of wanted to play with her and her emotions,
yeah.
on that.
So yeah, so
Say
that's all.
Portia Carter outfit was one of the best ones. Oh yeah, Booby Judy did good too.
Say
I
it
like
again.
say Portia's Cowboy Carter outfit was one of the best ones she saw, and BB Judy was also fabulous. They just
On
went
what?
to for Cowboy Carter. They
Cowboy
went
Carter.
to this
Who you?
this look is from Houston.
Yeah, I
I
know that.
mean from
Yeah,
Nashville.
Nashville.
They just
I guess
went to the Cowboy Carter last week because I just saw BB Judy and the Brat on Saturday. They was out. The Brat was out here performing at the Black Expo.
Yeah, I saw
Um,
that.
so we did the white party. So she performed at the white party, and
Mm-hmm.
Big Booty Judy was up there supporting her wife.
I
Oh
thought
hell, I thought that was part of the Cowboy Carter outfit.
no.
That one was from Nashville.
Nashville. Yeah, I liked it. I didn't never see the Brat's wife Cowboy Carter look, but I saw Portia's. I didn't hear you. Okay. I don't know. She walked away. But anyways, I'm tired. So I think, yeah, I don't believe that Phaedra knows Charles like that. She might have been in the same room he might have been in when she said they hung out 10 years ago. You can't say you hung out with somebody and they don't really know who you are. That's where I would put it. Then we'll go to the next clip. Let me get out of that one.
So, Phaedra, why did you choose to come to this reunion and skip out on Married to Medicine?
I had nothing else to give them. They didn't want me there. They didn't see my value. They didn't see my worth. And I, of course, originally am a housewife. It was just the right time.
Kelly, do you love all the nicknames you were given?
Little sweet strawberry shortcake. What would happen if a garden gnome and Tinkerbell got together?
I'm a pretty good, goddamn, fabulous garden home and
Yes,
strawberry
she is.
shortcake.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question was asked, why did Phaedra did not attend Married to Medicine versus Real Housewives of Atlanta? Phaedra, I felt like, did not want to get called out on her shit. And then the way she left, I thought was cowardly to put the ladies on blast, talk about them, say they were funny looking and everything else, and then bounce. She got no cool points for that. So
I agree.
I thought that was ridiculous. And then for her to say, well, I wonder why Britt didn't call me. I'm like, she doing the same shit you did.
Like, who did you call, right?
She did a whole damn video and talked about him like a dog, and then bounced. They couldn't even respond to
Right,
her
exactly.
calling them funny looking. I said, hell, they all about on the same order. They just, they all get made up and they look away or whatever. And she didn't have work done, but she's so fabulous. But I will say her Cowboy Carter outfit, she was stepping in it, honey. All them cheeks was hanging out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was hanging and she was moving. That thing was stinging. I said, look at Phaedra.
You say you wouldn't have gone either, Miss Dogan, talking about to the Married to Medicine reunion.
Mm.
304s. That you done took it back, honey. You done took it all the way back to the pager days.
Exactly. But I don't know. She knew that Apollo was coming to the thing. They set that stuff up for him to come. I don't see why she wouldn't go.
You know what? I feel like Bravo gave her the out. Like,
Yeah,
you know, like I feel like those are the things that we never gonna hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the behind the scenes type of deal, you know. So Bravo gave her out, she took it, and so she was done. Because what we know for sure is Britt is not getting a return call.
Hell no.
Most housewives don't get to skip reunion and come back, you know.
No. Did she ever file the lawsuit or not?
I thought I heard somebody, was it Carlos or it might have been Kempire? I heard somebody today say that it hadn't been. Kempire was probably the one because he probably do better at going to like actually find documents and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So he said that it hadn't been filed. So which makes sense to me because I don't know what you filing on.
Yeah. I can always F you and move on to better. I'm taking it.
That's what Phaedra did. That's what Phaedra did. She said, I'm out. F y'all.
I don't know if she moved on to better. This housewife season wasn't that great.
That is to be seen.
They ain't even competing with Love and Marriage Huntsville so far.
No, I don't think so.
Oh yeah, the housewives. Let's see here. Last I heard, it still wasn't filed. Okay. And well, I mean, better for her. Yeah. So then, what do you think about her? All the different nicknames she was giving Kelly. The guy knows. Go ahead.
It was cute little nicknames. I didn't think they was shady. I thought they was cute.
I think the strawberry.
I like strawberry shortcake.
I like strawberry shortcake. I don't think I'd like that garden gnome.
Yeah, maybe not the garden gnome, but the strawberry shortcake was cute.
But nothing's worse than when Britt called her a troll. I said, no, a hobbit is what she said.
Oh yeah. Oops. Because at least a gnome is cute, right?
When she said a hobbit girl, I was like, I thought a little Kim out there doing it.
Nobody wants a little hobbit like you.
Oh my God.
Miss Duggan says she thinks Phaedra prefers Housewives of Atlanta to Married to Medicine.
Oh, I believe so too. Definitely, she fits
Oh,
in
well, for
there.
sure. Listen, the Housewives of Atlanta is the house the house that built Bravo.
Bravo, yes,
Okay, and
creme de la creme.
everybody, huh?
I said the creme de la creme.
Yeah, the
It's
creme
above
de la
all
creme.
them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if you get a chance to be on a Housewives franchise in Atlanta's especially, then that's where you need to be. That's why Britt really done fumbled her bag so
Yes, she
bad,
sure
honey.
has.
Like, because where you finna go from here? You know what I'm
Zeus,
saying? Like, yeah.
Zeus, maybe on or VH1.
Where you finna go from here? Like you had made it to the top. Like to the top. So, like, yeah, where you going, honey? Like all the way down to the bottom. And I guess
Girl,
that's where you belong, child, because God got a way of putting us in our place.
yeah.
You know,
So,
but yeah, Housewives is the creme de la creme. It's the hierarchy, and she was right to want to be on Housewives more than Married to Medicine. They probably got a better budget. They
oh yeah,
got and all the perks.
girl, yeah, more money.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. And girl, I want to hurry and get up off here. Girl, I forgot my grandbaby downstairs.
Well,
Girl, he's so new, I done forget. My son came over here and get a pamper. I'm like, oh, I forgot he was down there.
Lord.
So we did already talked about the Portia and Portia
Yeah.
and Shamia. And we'll see the conclusion of how that falls out next week. We got Drew sitting on ready. And
The couch, honey. Dustin was funny describing
did they say she had a
describing how she
nosebleed?
got to turn her whole damn body, honey, to get into the conversation.
Did they say she had a nosebleed?
A nose ring?
Bleed.
I don't remember hearing that.
Because when Dustin was talking about it, Carlos said something about her having a nosebleed. And he said, poor girl or something. I'm like, was her nosebleed?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Maybe I misheard. I said, let me go back and listen to it again. But I thought that's what he said. But yeah, I think Drew was, she was working at this reunion too. I would give her little props. She was trying to throw the little shade a little bit at Phaedra, but yes, I do agree. Portia handled it, she, like they were saying, she was LeBron and they was all rookies. So,
And
but
listen, that's the reason why I don't understand Shamia talking about this alliance. I don't understand why she think that makes any sense. Because the alliance that you were supposed to have was with this
with your
girl
friend.
who's the fan favorite and the veteran. Like you was in there,
Yeah. I don't know. That's what just makes me wonder, like, what kind of friendship did they really have?
I don't necessarily question their friendship. I don't question their friendship. I don't question their friendship. Maybe because I have been through something similar. And so I do know people do like, I mean, she has exposed herself, in my opinion. Shamia has. That's why I feel so strongly about it. It's kind of like, okay, you wanted the friendship to be up for question, because I do think that Shamia really just leaned in the fact of everybody would have the same opinion about Portia not having her back. And we do. She did not factor in the fact that you don't get to control editing. You don't get to control, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain parts and aspects that you don't get to control. So even while you are trying to orchestrate the way something is shown or the way that it comes out, you don't give credence to the fact that the editing can show something different, and then the viewers can see something different.
Exactly.
And I think that's where we are. It's just the mere fact of the way that Shamia moved with Portia in this season just put you in as a like you not a bad. Maybe we're not gonna call her a bad friend, but you the reason why y'all friendship is ending and why we watching it end on this television screen.
Yeah. I don't know why she thought she was gonna be able to talk to them new girls about her business. I really don't understand
know
that.
Either. That was the biggest fumble. I don't know why you thought you could.
She should have saved that shit for Candy.
Right. Which she probably had already been talking to Candy about.
I'm pretty sure. Because Candy had said it.
Right, because Candy ain't ran back and said a damn thing. She just kept it to herself, which that's what you do.
Yeah. So she was bitten to the wrong people.
And now she about to see how that falls for her. I can imagine that these same group of girls will all come back for the following season. But what that looks like, I'm not sure.
Girl, if shit, they better come back. They talking about putting fucking Kim Zolciak on there.
I'm trying to tell you, honey.
Girl, now I just don't want to see her tail on there. Because she ain't giving. I mean, we already know she broke. You got a gambling habit. That ain't what we need to see.
No, I agree.
I don't need nobody struggling like me. I really don't. I know we call it Drew broke, but Kim Zolciak broke for real.
At least Drew ain't getting put out of house. Yeah.
We ain't got none of the problems. We don't need that kind of stuff here. No, I want to see women that are affluent, be petty, do great things, go vacation. And I can't see, even though I know they pay for the cash trips, but I want to see some fabulous stuff. I don't need that's like
bring back the fabulosity.
Mm-hmm. Yes, look. They put Kim Zolciak on it. They might as well put fucking Miss Netta.
Oh God, honey.
Girl, she said that because Portia said Charles like Miss Netta do.
Yeah.
That she might be on the on Real Housewives. I said, no, they put this thing up on here. I know something. I'm done watching.
No, for sure. I know I'll be done watching because I don't even watch her ass now.
But I gotta go down here and tend to this baby, which I didn't forget about. This is what happens in your old age here.
Right.
So I would give this episode, I don't know, maybe about a 4 or 5. And like I said, we could have wrapped this up last week.
I do feel like it could have been wrapped up shorter. I don't know why we got 3 parts. I'm not really sure what the third part is about to give us.
The men.
Well, again, I don't know what they're about to give us because it's only one person who actually is somebody's man. But
Yeah. And why is I guess he can't sit by Drew, but why is he behind Phaedra? Ralph.
I guess because he needs to be on the opposite side. Like they might have a court order that they have to be so far away from each other. Who knows?
Girl, he would be at my job.
The person he, I guess, is there for. I don't know.
You know what?
Or maybe it's because Drew brought him on because I was gonna say is that the only time we saw him on camera was with Portia, but no, Drew brought him on. I don't know.
She said, how y'all feel about the baby daddies being included?
I don't know. I don't know because I don't know what they're supposed to bring or give. Like I don't know.
So the one baby daddy is Dennis, right? Technically, Ralph is her husband because Drew and him is not divorced yet, are they? or on the show where they
Yeah.
divorced already?
Right. No, I don't think they divorced yet. And they was cooking together on Memorial Day. Wasn't that
Yeah.
when it was?
I don't know if they getting divorced. I think this is a scheme set up by Todd.
It is. I agree.
Because if she really had a problem with him, he would not be on that dang on stage. He wouldn't be nowhere near doing confessionals or nothing.
I would think that he wouldn't. But you know what I kind of try to at least remember, and this go back to me again. I've never been married, but I watched a lot of housewives, and so I watched a lot of divorces. And you know, I think he is still in the house for reasons of through that divorce, you know, like because sometimes certain states, if somebody leave a house, then they can be held as the person that abandoned the relationship or the marriage or whatever. So I think that's why he's still in the house. And
According to
as
him,
far
he's
as
paying all the bills.
well, that's what I was gonna get to. As far as being on the show, I think it's just an agreement with Drew. You know what I mean? Same like everybody else, or even with Shamia. The very first thing Shamia told us, or at least explained to us, was that she didn't accept Housewives the first time because her husband didn't want to film. And it's not that we saw him film anymore this season, because it still seems like he doesn't want to film.
Yeah, because he's not at the reunion. Why is he not there?
Right. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he had to work.
Girl.
But so I'm saying that to say Drew, for Ralph to be the one showing up, I can only assume that there's some type of arrangement between the two about this being her job, and the fact that this is the story, and so she may need him to show up here and there. I don't know. That's the only thing I can kind of think of.
Yeah.
Or maybe they reached out to him on his own. Maybe Drew didn't even know that he was gonna be there. I don't know.
Girl, I call bullshit on that one. If she get up there and say, I didn't even know. We know that I'm pretty sure that her and him worked that out for him to come.
Well, like Miss Dogan said, worse than one, they just not participating. Right. That's why Robin needed to get her tail off of Housewives of Potomac, because if Juan doesn't want to do it, and he's not going to at least not embarrass you while y'all not filming, get your ass off of here.
Mm-hmm. So she's back as a friend this year, right?
I don't know. Is she?
I thought Robin is.
See them filming like little clips of them filming. I ain't seen Robin nowhere though.
She's supposed to be. She's supposed to have filmed something with them.
Giselle was just somewhere with Sharice doing Sharice had a party or something.
Yeah.
But Robin wasn't there. Robin was in the comments saying like, "Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't make it" or something. So I don't know. I don't want to see Robin. I'm okay without seeing Robin. Robin, ugh.
Girl. So who's taking the Karen spot this year? I done jumped on the Potomac shit.
I don't know. Because I ain't really got a whole lot of buzz with them just yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
I wonder how Miss Karen doing.
We know that the girl Angel, that had been on Basketball Wives many moons ago, she was a nurse. And I know she has her a uniform line now, but I don't know if she's a cast member or just a friend of, but she is filming with Married to Medicine.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And they got that one new lady. I think is she a shrink or something? I can't remember. Some new lady, Dr. Heffley. I had looked her up too.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her name, but just what Dr. Funky didn't even say. She's just a regular plain looking woman. You wouldn't even look twice at her.
Yeah, I remember. I got her on the community page. Yep, you're right. I can't remember her name either.
Yeah, So I don't know. I'm looking for it, but
we all figure out who she is.
yes. So, but that's what I got. Girl, I got to get down here to this baby.
All right,
Look,
y'all. Well, thank you for joining us. Make sure
thank
you like
you.
this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, to both of our channels, so you can become a part of the family.
Yes, ma'am. I got to figure out this how my Facebook page won't let me share nothing, but they got me going nuts over here. But yeah, so please like and subscribe. And you guys have a great evening. I'm gonna get down here to this little baby. He only 6 weeks old. Let me get on down here. I didn't truly
All right,
forget.
and I will catch y'all later.
All righty, bye.
Have a good evening.
Good evening.